It's not loud, and it's not flashy. Like the most industrious people on the planet, they're quietly moving across the oceans, looking at potential adversaries from the depths of the sea, carrying dozens of weapons of mass destruction. It's enough to cause havoc in any country. What nation? They're nuclear-powered submarines, from weapons born to fight, in the last days of mankind, when the existence, the death of the world's most powerful country was threatened. But before the return of Russia, China's rise at an unprecedented rate. Whether the U.S. submarines are still capable of maintaining threat on a global scale or not, the answer is in today's video. Maybe you don't know. The United States is not the only country that uses submarines. The most successful page in history. It was the first country to shift underground into actual combat. It was 1776. During the American War of Independence, Sergeant Ezra Lee used a rudimentary wooden submarine called a turtle, with the intention of attacking your battleship by drilling a hole in the side of the hull and put a powder keg in, although the attack was a total of 7. But this is considered a very important step forward of human beings in the application of submarines and military operations, but it was 1900 years ago. America. It's really a breakthrough in submarine production. The birth of Nautilus, of the world's first nuclear submarine. It's the same name as Captain Nemo's famous Nautilus. In the story of 20,000 Miles Under the Sea, a part of your childhood loves literature. But America's biggest rival is the Sochi Alliance. It doesn't slow down either. When the 4th day of September, year 1, 9 years 5, they've started construction of the KBA submarine in Server Robbins, with the advantages of speed, superior stability compared to Nautilus. This is the beginning of an endless submarine race between the two. Superpower. To this day, after the Soviet Union ended its historical role, from the year 199, United States infection becomes a nation. It has the most powerful submarine force in the world. There's about 72 nuclear submarines in 2 levels. The strategic submarine consists of 14 and multi-purpose tactical submarines of 58 with many different layers. They are superior to their strongest rivals. Russia has only 59 submarines, including 12 nuclear submarines that launch ballistic missiles, 9 nuclear submarines carrying cruise missiles. China has only 12 nuclear submarines. There are 47 traditional submarines, but it's not just overwhelming in numbers. The real power of the U.S. nuclear submarine force. It's also in modern technologies, with a weapon capable of destroying an entire nation. That's why every U.S. Navy submarine, they're all able to handle a variety of very complex tasks, from destroying targets at sea, in the ocean, and on the enemy's land. Reconnaissance of amphibious transport of special forces participate in special campaigns, and together with the battle groups ready to strike with precision and control any ocean in the world. It doesn't even require the presence of most ships underground in the fleet. But only the presence of a few class submarines. Ohio is famous. They are ready to fight in any sea. It was enough for the United States to create a level of destruction, even for the military powers. It's actually put into service in the U.S. military. For the first time in the year 1981, Ohio was designed as a nuclear-powered missile submarine. Ballistic alternatives for submarines. 4 fashions for the old Freedom was commissioned from a 9 years 9 to a 976. It's the 3rd largest submarine in the world, with displacement of 18,750 tons, just after the Soviet Typhoon class with 48,000 tons, and Russian Bory with 24,000 tons. Ohio is 170 meters long, width 13 meters. It's roughly equivalent to its rival, the Bory class from Russia, like most nuclear submarines. Ohio is powered by 10 nuclear reactors, allowing trains to travel at a maximum speed of up to 46 kilometers per hour, diving depth up to 250 meters, enough to meet the requirements of the military. The United States on patrol missions deterrence in any sensitive waters of the world, and as if to match the position is the foundation of the U.S. Navy's Strategic Nuclear Strike Force. Ohio is capable of carrying a massive arsenal of weapons. There are 4 torpedo tubes and 24 nuclear-tipped ballistic missiles. Trident, 2D years. It has a range of 11,000 kilometers. carrying 8 nuclear warheads, U-88. Let's say the explosive yield is 475 kilotons. That's more than 30 times the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima. Especially after the dissolution of the Soviet Union to the year 19, noticed that the Ohio missile has become unnecessary. The U.S. Navy has decided to convert the capacity of 4 ships. Ohio-class underground at cost $700 billion per PCs after conversion, the Ohio nuclear submarines, instead of being armed with nuclear missiles, it will carry 154 Tomahawk cruise missiles, allowed ships. Silently approaching the enemy's shores, launch a precision strike on a target, deep in the interior like air defense systems, Department of Energy Infrastructure Command, or even fleets in times of emergency. By 450 kilograms of explosives from a distance of 1,000 to 2,500 kilometers, depending on the version out of Ohio submarines after conversion. They also have the ability to carry specialized equipment. To launch a submersible contains Naval Task Force's autonomous submersible mini hydrophobic buoys. Sensor Equipment Ohio is a class of nuclear submarines, the most important task ever produced. But in the end, the work conversion of the Ohio nuclear submarines into a Tomahawk missile depot. It's actually just to salvage the ultimate utility of this superweapon before the Americans retire them. Back into a pile of scrap metal after nearly 55 serves, giving up responsibility is a pillar. In total power. Out here nuclear power of the United States Navy for a new generation of submarines called Columbia. It was the first European name. It's used to refer to North America. A Columbian-class submarine, formerly known as the Future Nuclear Submarine, designed to replace the Ohio-class submarines in the future, and the first one, officially launched on January 10th, 2010, expected after going into operation, the Columbian-class submarine will be 170 meters long, width 13 meters water, overflow 20,810 tons. It can carry up to 4 torpedoes and 24 Trident ballistic missiles. 2D years talk about this new class of submarines, U.S. Secretary of the Navy. Carlos Del Toro has confidently stated that Columbia-class will bring 70% of U.S. nuclear weapons have been deployed, and this ship is the smartest investment to ensure the safety of the American people. To do that, the Columbian-class ships will be equipped with the most modern American technologies. The most important is the type of reactor, new generation of Columbian-class. It also allows the ship to move more smoothly and increase the operation time continuously. That's a lot better than the Alabama-class. Before that out, the ship is also equipped with a range of sensor systems, the same dynamic system, complex movement, and accompanying technology, but although the preliminary design for Columbia has been in place since 2007, and the shipbuilding is underway, Columbia expects to have until 2027 to graduate period put into service, and to 2031 ships. This will be the first patrol. So in front of you, when the Ohio nuclear submarines is about to expire, or converted to a missile depot, Tomahawk at the bottom of the sea. While the sea U.S. forces are still forced to maintain hunting capability nuclear threat on a global scale. Virginia-class Seawolf submarines, though, can't match Ohio's. It's considered too much for Americans to maintain its superpower status of the overwhelming compared to the rest of the world, based on the ability to destroy them. Fleet to attack the cities for the Virginia-class submarines, Block 1 to Block 4 versions are 115 meters long. Displacement is 8,000 tons to the 5 block versions. The American submarine was designed to be a little bit larger. With a length of 140 meters, displacement is 10,200 tons. However, both versions are 10 meters wide. Cruise speed 46 kilometers per hour with the original design. Only to perform combat missions. It's like an attack submarine, specialized in destroying enemy submarines and surface ships. The ship is also capable of fighting, gathering intelligence information, deploy clones, and launch cruise missiles, to be able to make breakthroughs in offensive missions, both the sea and the land attack. The Virginia-class submarines equipped with the ability to carry up to 12 vertical rocket launch tubes for Tomahawk cruise missiles with 4 torpedo tubes, allowing the ship to carry 21 more Mk4 torpedoes, 8 or missiles UGM, 4-8 Harpoon. It's a missile that's called a ship killer. It is capable of striking targets at sea. And on the shore from a distance of 9 BA to 315 kilometers, it's based on GPS navigation. But as one of the ships, the newest generation of the Navy, strongest in the world, Americans also did not forget to integrate on Virginia a series of sophisticated VI technologies. It's not in any submarine. It comes from somewhere else in the world. The most remarkable of these can be mentioned is the light quantum chamber column, including a high-resolution camera capable of operating in low-light conditions. An infrared sensor laser distance meter help the crew improve their situational awareness continuously without having to look at the periscope like traditional submarine classes. Out of love, Virginia. It is also equipped with a high-resolution camera, combined with infrared sensors, stable control mode based on fly-by-wire technology support, for the ability the world's most formidable stealthy of this warm plate before the popular precision vehicles like laser magnetometers, helium gas pump radio phase, or magnetic field meter LADGA from anti-submarine aircraft, showing a different mindset compared to the development of strategic weapons. Focus only on the ability to carry multiple weapons with the Russian flexible movement mechanism. So having 19 Virginia nuclear submarines in your hands with the Tomahawk cruise missile completely meet the requirements equipped with W-80 type nuclear warheads, weight 100 kilograms, length 1 meter, diameter 0.27 meters, and capacity 200 kilotons. It also means is that even when a full-scale war breaks out in the present moment, there was no need for the Ohio-class ships. U.S. Navy with 19 Virginia-class nuclear submarines. It is currently in service. It's quite possible to make infiltration trips close to any territorial sea of any enemy state. From there, the total attack, the immediate destruction of the infrastructure, to defeat all war potential, at least in countries smaller than Russia and China. Not only that, in peacetime Virginia-class tones, it can also be used for deployment. The Naval Special Forces, even in a diving state, help the U.S. Navy perform a variety of missions in all countries. Not officially at war with the United States, but actually Virginia-class submarine. It's also just an alternative to extreme weapons. It's expensive but contains technology, the best of the U.S. Navy. From the 80s of the last century, it's called the Sea Wolf. It's been true since the 80s of the last century. The U.S. Navy plans to build a series of submarines, Sea Wolf class, with the intention of making them one of the 3 main class submarines. The future of the U.S. Navy shoulder to shoulder with Virginia classes in maritime patrol and replenishment missions. However, the cost of shipbuilding is so high, it's up to $3 billion, not to mention maintenance costs. Should come to the present, the U.S. Navy has only 3 ships underground this kind of payload, but it's not sudden. The Sea Wolf is the most expensive submarine in history, with a length of 107 meters width, 12 meters displacement, 12.150 tons, Sirius-class submarine thanks to being equipped with a Westinghouse nuclear reactor. S-6W helps power 2 steam turbines. With a total capacity of 52,000 horsepower, it was America's first submarine. Use water jet propulsion system to move instead of propellers. The train can travel at a maximum speed of 64.8 kilometers per hour. Cold air becomes a submarine. The world's fastest nuclear by the time they enter service with the U.S. Navy, next to supersonic speed. The power of the U.S. Sea Wolves. It's also capable of diving up to 487 meters. With a new generation full pump system, allowing the ship to move much quieter compared to the previous Los Angeles class of submarines, both are not equipped outside weapon systems. But it's not just the ability to move softly. It's almost completely invisible to underground vehicles. Sirius's real combat abilities were in the SOTA set. BQQ Year D at the bow combined with TB-16 monitoring system, same hydraulic sensor system, BQ's 2-4. It allows the ship to track the target, are the most common types of surface-to-surface submarines today, while remaining invisible, so that the U.S. Sea Wolves could secretly track or suddenly attack any target. With massive weapons systems, over 8 torpedo tubes of size 660 Li capacity for 50 Mk, 4 heavy torpedoes, 8 Harpoon anti-ship missiles or Tomahawk missile versions. It allows ships to attack fleets. They just attacked you. Land targets more effective than the Virginia class. So even though it was born a long time ago, it's still true today. The Sea Wolf is still used by Russian military experts. It is considered the world's most powerful nuclear submarine class. Despite enough strength, that's pretty much any navy in the world right now. But for the United States, as the world's only military superpower, with a large number of allies, this country is facing a situation. We've got to distribute our defense power all over the world. That lead to actual deterrent power with dispersed adversaries. Special China's naval power is growing. Mighty. And don't be afraid to be tough. Freedom of navigation operations by the United States and its allies. Relations between this country and Russia. The only country worthy of America. On the level of defense industry, it's getting warmer than ever. Will the U.S. Navy's future submarine fleet be enough? Carry the destiny to help the United States maintain its dominance in strategy, light or not? Please leave your comments below the comment section. I wish everyone a good day.